So welcome to the show. I see you've got a presentation already set up to go. So then without further ado, just go ahead.
Run you through. All right, sure. So once again, we are Burket. We're your business matching solution. So allow me to share to you a quote coming from a thriving business owner. There's no easy, economical way to promote my business and find the right supplier. Now, this actually came from Kathy. She owns Alcavale, and she sells invisible grills. Now, she's tried everything to promote her business. Search engines, SEO, it's just too complicated. Social network, managing and promoting pages can be too tedious. B2B websites, it sucks, so no one uses it, honestly, here in the Philippines. Ads, limited funds, it's costly. Now, on the other hand, here's Roald. He owns RAJ Construction. It's basically a construction firm. He's been in the market for quite a while now, looking for invisible grills. And similar to Kathy, he's also been through the following. Search engines, too many clicks, limited results. Social network, never thought of it. B2B website, what's that? Again. And then, of course, ads, it's basically a shot in the dark. Now, with that, we realized there's an apparent problem. There's just no platform specifically designed for businesses to interact with one another in terms of their buying and selling needs. Now, that's where we come in. Now, our solution is basically to match businesses based on their interest and need. Now, how we do it is relatively simple. We came up with our own market network, wherein we take the best from social network, marketplace, and software as a service, wherein we help businesses become discoverable, most importantly, save money because they get to discover the best deals that are out there, and again, increase their sales because their products and services will automatically be matched to potential customers that are out there. Right. Now, our platform is relatively free to use, not unless users would like to opt for a more enhanced experience wherein they get priority ranking, multiple users, requests for quotation alerts, verified badge, and of course, more product and services posting. Now, the opportunity that we're seeing is that out of all registered businesses in the Philippines, only 30% can be found on listing sites, less than 1% on B2B websites. And these businesses spent 1.73 billion USD just last year in terms of their digital media ad spend.
In the Philippines?
In the Philippines, that's correct. Now, in terms of our competition, we've positioned ourselves to be very competitive in terms of pricing and functionality. I'm sure you're familiar with Alibaba, right?
They have the matching.
They have the matching. Yeah. All right. But I think someone works on it from the back end to match your services, to match your products. Okay. Yeah, it's not automatic. Now, the closest competitor that we have here would be Global Linker. But it's sort of like work as a social network for business owners. But us, we match your business right away. And of course, we highlight the products and services that you have, and there's automatic matching. Now, moving forward, the advantages that you get from using our platform would be, again, matching service, fresh off the bat, affordable fixed pricing, integration of machine learning, and most importantly, we highlight the services that each company offers. We're not just focused on physical products, and we will be integrating vendor management system. Now, this is our go-to-market plan. In the first year, we'll be heavily focusing on getting suppliers on board. As we progress towards the second year, of course, that's the time wherein we get buyers in. We focus on the buyers. Now, just to show you the team, so there are 6 of us. As you can see, my hair was short. Again, I'm Roy. During the development, my hair grew. So yeah, we have...
You can go gray, so you're not working that hard.
So we have more than 10-20 years of experience exposed in the following corporations. Okay. Bank of America, Hyundai, K-Line, so on and so forth. Now, as for our projections, these are our projections for the first year up until the third year. So first year, once we release the premium services, we're targeting 700 paying subscribers by the end of the year, and revenue of around 1.5 by the end of the third year.
You're charging how much per?
It's 500, minimum amount of 500. So we're basing it on that amount to a maximum of 1.5
per month.
Per month, correct. Yeah. Monthly subscription. Now by the end of the third year, it's 1,900 paying subscribers, and the revenue that we're looking at would be 9.7 million. All right. Now here's our ask. Our ask is relatively.
What is the cost?
Sorry.
What is the cost of doing that? Cost of getting that business?
Yeah. Well, the cost of doing.
Okay. Afterwards.
Caught me off guard. No, moving on. These are asked 5 million in exchange for 10% equity. Majority of that funding will go to product development, and then followed by marketing and office and technology. Now, timeline, we just released alpha this month,
Right.
proceeding with marketing, and we're targeting beta by June, and then of course premium services by August. Now this is the first year counting to reach the 700 for the first year paying, and of course continuous product development. As far as accomplishments go, alpha launch, we're done with the alpha, and we're being incubated by SFI. It's a partnership between KMC and Impact Hub Manila, and this ends in June. Yeah. So there it
So
is.
they give you money, or they just
It's
It's
mostly mentorship,
mentorship,
and
yeah.
co-working space, and then there's going to be a demo day at the end.
At the end of the
Okay.
program. And so, yeah. So once
Um,
again, we're Burket. Join us as we make market simple.
okay? Nice and simple. I got a couple of questions on it. First thing is, do you have anything you can actually show? Software.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, sure.
In fact, we went live, so you can easily sign up for free from
Okay.
www.
So I can check it later.
Yeah,
You can check it
okay.
later.
Definitely.
You can add your company now because it also deals with businesses. So you can
But that's for
easily-
demo data, or is it actually live?
that is live.
Live.
But alpha.
There are so far
Yeah.
around 200 companies listed, and
So
about
you
200
got some
products.
traction, people actually using
We-
it.
Yes, we do have people using it because as early as last year, we already launched our pre-registration. So there were people who were actually eager to test the system before we went
Test it.
live. So during our validation period, we already asked people to subscribe to our early user list.
But-
and then when we went live, there were already people,
But no one paying for it yet.
none. because,
yet.
you
What's
know-
the feeling that they will pay?
Well,
Oh.
there are a couple of people who are actually interested in signing up with us, but of course they wanted to see more of what the service could bring them. It's usually the suppliers that we're focusing on right now based on our market go-to program. But the idea is that we want to make them feel more comfortable using the system first for free. However, when we're ready to do some kind of due diligence, which is our Burket validated vendor, then that's the time we will be asking for that.
So
service.
you're going for businesses like construction companies, or what kind?
We're
Like
targeting-
manufacturers and
Well,
sellers?
the
or?
verticals that we're looking at right now will start with construction because of there's massive
Right.
number of suppliers for the construction, and the industry is very active.
So it's,
and-
it's not like if I was building a project, or if I'm building my own house and I've got to find suppliers, and that's
your
but
your
there's
general contractor would be the one listed,
Right,
and
right.
they would be the one looking for suppliers as well.
So right now, what do they do?
Right now, based on their network, based on a very limited
Right,
amount
yeah.
of contacts, they wouldn't be able to find all the suppliers in any kind of.
But that means that's why you've got to concentrate on getting all the suppliers in there for
Right.
free.
Right.
Correctly.
That's exactly what the
And
objective
then-
is.
okay.
So one of the things that we're looking at is to reach out to a major construction company, which we already have talks with, to have all their suppliers listed. And once that's done, then we reach out to another construction company to get their suppliers listed as well. And they will be able to share the resources and the suppliers that they work with. Now, doing that gives us an advantage of the buyers coming in as well because all the suppliers are already
Right.
there. Now, another vertical that we're focusing on is the F&B industry because there's frequency when you order your food products, your utensils, your consumables. So those are the two verticals that we're focusing on. However, that does not limit us from accepting other suppliers and other buyers for other industries
Yeah,
because
well,
basically Burket is
Concentrate first
yes,
on
that's
the
exactly.
segments that make the
So we
most.
would want to focus on a certain vertical.
Yeah. So the question is, how much does it cost you to get those customers and convert them to paying customers? Or do you think it will just there'll be a natural flow and then people will want to upgrade?
We don't have a data for customer acquisition cost because we haven't really gone through kind of a sales process. But what we do have is, of course, the runway that we're looking at and the marketing cost that we are one. And then that's a challenge for a freemium business,
Yeah, I mean, I've been involved with subscription-based businesses. I like that kind of
Right.
model. But I also look for other avenues of making money. So is there any
There
other
is.
way of...
There is. It's
There
a good
is.
question.
That's,
yeah.
that's a good question. Why do
So this is what we're focusing on now due to the matching service.
Right.
But moving on, once we get as much suppliers in the platform, we can have a do-it-for-you service. So they get to pay us to look for products that are not yet, that are not visible to them. And on top of that, we'll be
Why would you
integrating.
make them visible?
Sorry?
Why would you make them visible?
No, if they're having a hard time, so we
Okay.
search it from our end.
So I mean, it's a bit like, you know, I can Google you just fine, and there's not enough finessing.
In fact,
Correct.
before
So-
we launched, there's already somebody who reached out to us wanting to look for a farm supplier that wasn't available in their.
Well, I do all the time
area.
because I have
So-
hobbies in building and stuff. So
Right.
I like to search for specific items.
Exactly.
So and I couldn't find them in the local market, and there
Yeah.
wasn't one place. It was a bit awkward.
Yes.
So yeah, I
Correct.
think there's a
So,
need
so
for
one
it.
of the
Yeah.
avenues that we're looking at is a do-it-for-you service.
Oh,
If you're
okay.
if
Yeah.
you're not, you know, if you don't want to, you know, get your hands dirty looking for it or getting the right products matched to you, then, you know, we can do it for
Do
you.
it for
the
you.
other avenue that we're looking at is, of course, advertisement. Who wants?
Well,
you know,
I
there's always
just
that.
like sponsored results. Like, you know,
Yeah.
that's how, so if you're searching for something, if you've only got one supplier, then obviously.
Yeah.
But if you've got a lot of suppliers, then you can, you know, just bring
Yeah.
them up to the top.
That's,
Right.
It-
yeah,
but
that's
it-
part of the
That's
premium.
part of the premium
Yeah,
package.
that premium
Oh, so
package,
you
yeah.
pay that, so you don't have to worry about paying per hit or anything.
Yeah,
You say
correct.
$10 a
Exactly.
month, and you
Yeah.
get to the top.
Correct.
How many suppliers do you think you get then? How many? I mean, in just one segment, for example.
Well, right now, the number of companies listed in the Philippines are somewhere around 2 million.
Close to 2 M.
And,
Yeah, but
uh,
like
and
in the
ones
same
listed
construction,
in-
say.
The ones that we've known in the construction business is at least 1,000. So doing that for one company that has
This is
about
one
1,000,
major company.
yeah, 1,000 suppliers for all construction-related and supplies, then you know that's probably, you know, we're looking at somewhere around 20,000 suppliers in all verticals.
And then you got F&B. So
That's,
so you've identified the verticals: construction, F&B, anything else?
then we're moving towards services.
Yeah.
We also have services,
Mm.
professional services, because that's one of the
And lawyers.
Yeah.
All that. That's more on
Even
Uh,
HR.
recommendations.
Yeah.
outsourced services like finance, accounting,
Mm-hmm.
HR. They can be listed as well. So yeah, and then we'll progress towards whichever other business that wants
How
to
long
get
do you
listed.
reckon 5 million will last you?
There are. I
Around
did the
it,
number,
yeah,
so I'll
sure.
be the one to answer that.
They did it.
So 5 million at about 350 burn rate a
Per
month,
month.
with the revenue that we're projecting, somewhere around 18 months.
18
Give or
months,
take.
very nice, good. But I mean, if you can make money, do you think you can make money in 18 months, so you don't need to
Yes,
raise
yes,
more money?
yes.
Yeah.
In fact, on the second year, based on a 50 paying user every month added to the system, we're looking at somewhere around 6 million in the second year.
So break even would be how many
Around
users?
24 months.
No, break even on how many users coming in?
Oh, how many users?
I
That's
mean,
somewhere
your
around
your burn rate will
1,000.
be how much are you going to spend a month?
Somewhere around 350.
350.
Yeah, on the average.
So how many people are getting paid? This like you got 4
that's
people
around
full
11.
time right now, and you've got another.
we-
You got 4 right now.
when we get the funding, the burn rate is somewhere around
Yeah.
350. But right now, the burn rate is just around 150.
So keep it low, right?
We're
Yeah,
keeping it low
keeping
because
it
we're
low.
bootstrapping. So
Well,
you know,
but you should continue bootstrapping
Yeah.
as long as you can.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you never know if that second round
Exactly,
will come in.
exactly.
But 5 million's not too much of an ask for this.
Sure.
I think
We want to keep things realistic and
Yeah.
Yeah.
attainable. So you know, and then even the projections that we're looking at is just about 50 paying customers every month.
Those are just
Added.
conservative.
Yeah, very
figures.
conservative number, and without direct sales process. So if we hire salespeople and we do direct selling, then we're looking at a bigger return on a.
Well, I'd have to look at the actual software and play with it
Sure.
and see if it's just scout around with a few of my friends and see if they find it interesting. But yeah, I'm interested in helping you fund it. It's
Thank
not
you.
directly for me personally. I wouldn't, but I would lead investment into it and promote it. You haven't had any investment offers or anyone interested in doing anything, or
We did a couple months back, but
Yeah.
their group fell apart. So
Yeah. So unfortunately, it did.
unfortunately,
But-
they had
I mean, they were
misunderstandings.
going to make an offer. Or
Yes.
they-
correct, they did.
We got into the term sheet stage
Mhm.
already,
Ah.
but they had some misunderstandings
So
internally.
what if you don't get funding? What do you do?
We continue bootstrapping,
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So you got passion to do it.
of course.
Yeah.
We all left our jobs for this, so
So we've
and
been
we all
working
have
on it
families.
full time.
Yeah, but you'll have to go. You'll have to make the money quite quickly, otherwise.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
That's
part of the plan. Yeah. On the third month, the moment we launch the premium service, we're looking at around third month, we start earning revenue.
Okay, sounds good actually. It's a nice clean presentation.
Thank
Oh,
You
thanks.
presented before, so you've learned.
Yeah, this is
from that.
our second time to pitch actually.
Yeah.
Second time.
Using a polished deck, that is.
No, it explains the idea. It's not too much detail. It's good. Yeah. So I'll get into the stuff a bit more, and then we'll talk again
Alright.
about actual specifics and see how to
Alright.
get you funded. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in.
All right, thank you.
Alright.
Oh, please take into account that we're still in alpha, so
No worries, I'll keep
we
that
need
in
your
mind.
input as much as possible. but
Yeah, and I'm a tech guy, so I like to